Okay, good morning and welcome to another session of 123 Technicals. For those that are new, this is basically a market outlook section. We get to look at the opportunities the market have for us for the day. And then normally we look at the currency pairs I trade, the AUD, NZD, GBP, and Euro USD. And normally we start with the fundamentals before we dive into the chart. So without further ado, let's go to the business of the day. So news-wise, we had news on AUD at night, 2:30 a.m. 1-2. Then now we have by 8:30 on CHF, but I wouldn't really hold this key because I don't really care about CHF. Then we have GBP by 12 p.m. and GBP is already a volatile pair, so this is going to add a whole lot of volatility to GBP. And then its official bank rate, this is basically interest rate. And then monetary policy summary, this is a speech. Yeah. So you guys should just watch out for this. It's going to be a hard one. And then we have a few medium impact news by 1:30 on the USD. So with that being said, let's go to our charts and see. Okay, this was what we had on USD, but I'll get back to this in a minute. Get back to this in a minute. Price actually reacted from here and took TP from there. But we'll get back to this in a minute. So let's take a look at our pairs and see what we have today. And let's ADS. Good. I wanted to show you guys something that happened yesterday. So I think this is like the third time I'm observing this during a high impact news. As you guys know, I don't have like a strategy, I trade in news, but then I just do my technical analysis. So yesterday we had this break of structure. Let me delete everything. Let me run this down. Yeah, so yesterday we had this whole push to the upside, pullback, and then we had this break of structure. Yeah. Once I saw price retracing, yeah, I actually placed my orders around this point here. Sorry. Around this high that was broken. But then I now saw this candlestick push and then engulf this whole thing. So I thought price was actually going to like continue to the upside. And this was around 1 already. Yeah, and then the candlestick started behaving like this. So I think around that 7 o'clock when FOMC happened, I did not actually open my charts. That was at night. And then most times my trading stops around 4 p.m. Okay, so I did not open my charts. But I deleted my orders because I knew the news were coming. So I deleted my orders before I closed my charts. And my orders were just around there. If you check here, that point is actually inside the golden ratio. That structure that was broken. See, inside, just exactly at the 0.61. Yes. So I think this is the third time I'm noticing this. The first two times I caught it. This time I did not actually pay attention to it like that because it's not really my strategy, so I don't want to stress it. But I think I can start making conclusions over this. This is a high probability setup. So I'm going to start taking note of this thing. Even before Sev, I knew that before fundamentals, yeah, technicals has to align. So if price starts pushing down deep here, impulsing down, yeah, it's going to react from something before it will pushes back up. You get, and that one I've observed it a lot. You get, but then I'm just someone. This time I've been off the charts. I've not been like constant on the charts yet, but that's one theory I'm coming up with. I will still need a lot of proving to start going on it full time. But then you guys too can observe it. You get, anytime you have a setup, yeah, anytime you have a setup like before in news, you can basically just enter aggressively, yeah, at your point of interest. For as you're entering aggressively, it's the news, so just risk maybe half of what you normally risk. You get, because you don't know what exactly might happen. You get, so that's what I just have to say. And then, yep, same thing actually happened on GBP USD, but we'll take a look at GBP USD in a while. For now, let's take a look at what AUD has to hold for us today. So basically, we impulsed. Yeah, we had this whole massive impulse. I will take this as one full leg. No, or I should. honestly, I would actually take this as one full leg. In as much as we had that test here, I'll still take this as one full leg. Then kind of retracements, pushed up, we failed to break structure, and then we kind of broke that low, that higher low to the downside. Yeah. So now what we're gonna do, let's check on our 4 hour and see how strong it is. Good, it's very strong on the 4 hour. The bearish sentiment is very strong on the 4 hour. It's very strong. So now let's check the 1H here and see what we can. No, the 15 minutes and see. The 15 minutes only shitting. But if I'm using the 1H here, this is basically what I'm going to be looking at. For price to come back into these areas, I think here like this. Depends on when the retracement starts. I have a feeling the price is going to hit around here. Then the retracement might start from there to the upside. So I would like to see something like this. Price might get deep into this area. Then what we see that retracement here, then I would like to take the sales from there to the downside. So that's basically what I'll be looking at for on AUD. Either way, anything can happen, but no matter what happens, I'll still be flowing with the market. I'll still be free with the market. Then the next one is on, let's check out baby NZD. NZD has been shitty. That's not actually favored me since yesterday. Yesterday's analysis was just, the structure was just one kind on NZD. Sorry. The structure was just one kind on NZD. We had a push pullback, another push, and then the pullback came deeper. It actually reacted from those that trade ICT, maybe we'll say it reacted from the other block, but then it actually went below the other block. Just reacted from that low there. Yeah. Then pushed up, broke that high to the upside. And then price actually came back to retest that high that was broken, went back up, and then now it has broken that higher low to the downside. But I don't like the market structure NZD is presenting to me, because this push has not pushed down very well. So I'd like to see more of the push. And then once the retracement starts, my point of interest is going to be this area here. That's higher low. That's going to be my point of interest on NZD. Next one is Euro USD. Euro USD has been shitty since yesterday. Even with the news, very, very shitty thing. Like, I don't really understand. So it gave very nice, but then even if I was on my chart, I'll not still trade this Euro USD because it gave very nice this thing, candles, but then it was out of nowhere. Where was this reacting from? Okay, I think you can say it reacted from this place here. If you go to the 15 minutes, you see that area is actually that area is actually significant. Yep, see, it's like a high that was broken to the downside. But then see the nice reaction from price there. Very nice bearish pin bar, 1, 2, and then what before they flush to the downside. Very sweet something. But then now what I would be paying attention to is the most recent market structure. And the most recent market structure is this one here. Price just broke a high to the downside. A higher low to the downside. So I'll be packing this whole area here as my point of interest. Yes. And I think if I'm dropping my FIB, I'll be dropping from this place here to the downside. Depends on where the retracement stops, yeah. But that's how I'm going to be looking at it. And if you are going to use here as where the retracement will stop, you see that place falls perfectly into the 0.618. So that's how I'm going to be looking at Euro USD today. Then GBP USD. Good. GBP USD was the second pair. Yeah. And you guys can see price just touched it and then what pushed to the upside. That was the setup I was looking at. I think I talked about this during the live session. If you see, let me drop it. I see one candlestick just hit CP. Boom. She was actually mad. And then it's even higher than this. This was like a 2.29 hour. Oh, anyways, we're focusing on the most recent market structure. Let me highlight this stuff and keep it. Contact tree. Okay, good. So now looking at the most recent market structure, yeah, price broke this high to the upside. Price broke this high to the upside. And normally I would have waited for that or three tests for the highs, but then price just did something like a double top. No, this was a shift in market structure. And I think price did that mini retracement already. And then now it was flushing to the downside. So this is my area of interest. This candlestick here. That's my area of interest. So anytime price starts retracing to the upside, I'll be watching for price to react from that area. Yeah, for something like this, then a continuation of the sell. You know, now we are strongly bearish. If you look at the 4H, you see that we are strongly bearish. So it's what's better to take themselves. Look for the sells, they are more high probability now. Anyways, that being said, I've looked at all my pairs. You guys can start dropping your suggestions. I'll take at least maybe 3 pairs before we go. Any pairs you guys want me to take a look at? So it's gold, okay. Oh, what's this now? Gold will always, I see, honestly, if right now, yeah, I don't really have anything significant to say about gold. If you critically analyze it, this was some kind of like push, pull back, push, pull back. You don't know, but if I'm going to highlight any point of interest to be there, that would be the point I would like to take that sell from, something like this. But honestly, I will not advise it. I'm not going to even waste my time on it for now. But you guys can start keep it in mind. If you want to do it like that, you can do it like that. Keep that area in mind and wait for price to get there. Any other pair? I am on EG by. Okay, EG. Let's see. So they're on EG buy, yeah. If you're on a buy, then basically what you can do right now is drop your fee from the top to the bottom. Drop your fee from the top to the bottom. Yep. You can first, yeah, your first TP can be here. Your first TP can be at the 0.5 Fibonacci. Yeah. Then second one can be this neckline here, because we have like a double top, you get. And normally others are stacked at the neckline. So that can be your second TP. Do you understand? No worries. Okay, if there's no other stuff, I'll end the session now. I want to thank you guys for attending the session. And it's always nice. It's always nice having you guys around. For those that will be watching this on YouTube, please like and subscribe to the page. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Yeah, same time, 8 o'clock. And for those that have not joined the group, the link is actually in the chat section, so you can join. Anyhow, catch you guys tomorrow. Thank you guys so very much.